What's up? Today we're talking about the latest in the Knives Out series, Wake Up Dead Man. This movie stars Daniel Craig and Josh O'Connor and an extremely long list of others. I absolutely love the Knives Out series. I actually saw the original film in theaters when it first released. I'll start off by saying that this one is just as good, if not, dare I say, better than the original movie. As far as actual directorial techniques, this one is by far and away the most advanced. You've got incredible lighting, amazing camera movements, fantastic writing, fantastic staging and blocking, just overall a high quality film. This movie has an absolute all-star cast, and although some of them were a little underused, I think that they were all individually great. However, the main cast in this film were 10 out of 10. It's funny, with these movies, I always try and get ahead of the mystery, but I never can. But besides the mystery, this movie just had a fantastic story and was really fun to watch. I'm gonna get into some spoilers here, so if you didn't see the movie in theaters already and you're waiting for the Netflix release, make sure that you skip ahead to my final thoughts in this video. I want Rian Johnson to make 1,000 of these, and if he does, I will make sure to be seated to watch every single one. The mysteries that he creates are always so unique and interesting. His last entry in the series, Glass Onion, was a little bit of a letdown, but I think that this movie really makes up for it. Rian Johnson has really improved as a writer and director. You see things like the amazing lighting changes in the cathedral, great use of camera movement throughout, extremely well-written dialogue, and a really tight premise and plot, and it really just goes to show the growth that Rian Johnson has experienced. To get into some of the performances here, I do want to shout out Josh Brolin. His screen time was limited, but as always, he came through in this movie. I've realized that a few of my most recent reviews were on movies that had Josh Brolin in them, and he always brings it. His character just towered over the others, and he was kind of scary in a way. Daniel Craig as Benoit Blanc obviously is hilarious and just a great character overall. He's never the main focus of these movies, but he's always a really good anchor. He kind of plays a bit of a straight man compared to the crazy and zany rest of the characters. Josh O'Connor in this movie was so good. He had such a range of emotion in this performance. A huge example of this is the hard switch when he was acting manic, trying to figure out this mystery, but then he receives a call from somebody whose mother is dying. His change from mania to acting somber and empathetic was just perfect. I think that having his character struggle with his faith was such a risk, but was executed so well and carefully. Now, I could go on forever about the all-star cast here. They were all great in their roles, albeit a bit underused, but I do think that they were all written very well and helped to build the conflict of the film. The mystery in this one was fantastic, and I really couldn't find a way to guess myself out of it. I found myself looking at all the details in the background and really paying attention to what the characters were saying to try and figure it out. This one also had that classic Knives Out comedy that's become a staple in the series. And a quick rant here, I am really upset at the theater run that this movie had. Netflix is being really greedy with what is Rian Johnson's last contracted film for them. I am really glad that he's going to be free from their clutches from now on. I live in a city with more than 1 million people, and I could only find 3 theaters that were showing this movie at all. It is an absolute travesty that people were unable to enjoy this movie after Thanksgiving and during Black Friday weekend. Moving to my final thoughts, if this movie is showing near you at any theater, you need to go see this. I implore you to support movies in theaters while we still can. But personally, I cannot wait to rewatch this again once it drops digitally. It's such a fun movie with a great story, great performances, and a mystery that will absolutely keep you hooked. There's a debate to be had whether this movie or the original are the best in the series. I gave this movie a 4.5 on Letterboxd. For fellow Knives Out fans, I need to know what you guys thought of this one. How does it stack up with the rest of the series? I know I speak highly of Rian Johnson, but was there anything that you guys could think of that he could have done better here? Newcomers to the series, how did you like this one? Did this movie leave you wanting more from Rian Johnson? As always, I appreciate those of you that have watched to the end of this video, and make sure you argue with me in the comments.